Good day guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are here for the first time, do well to like this video and subscribe. So I will be teaching you how to make a design exactly like this, especially for the shapes here and the pictures that are embedded in it, how you are going to do it. Although there are two methods for that, the other one is a little bit hard, so I'll be showing you the other method of doing it. So let's go to the Pixellab app. And first thing you need to do is to select the size you want it to be. This is the size that I use, so I'll be selecting the size, and I mostly prefer this white area to be black. So first what I do to get that is by putting the background to be white. So next thing is to import the background that you plan to use. Browse it, and I downloaded the background from Pinterest, so I'm going to look for it on my pins. There are different materials you can find on Pinterest. So this is the background that I use. So what I did is, instead of extending my background, I just copied it. You copy it and you flip it. So you see, once you flip it, you get something like this. But since it is not aligned, you also use this flip here, and I think that should align it. You can see it. Then you just need to lock them, and you have gotten it. Let me raise it a little bit up. Still a little adjustment is needed. I was raising the wrong one. Good. Now you can see how it has merged as if it is a single background. So next thing you need to do is to import that shape and place it where you want to place it. This is the shape that we are going to be using, and I'm going to reduce the shape a little. Let's say it should be like this, and place it at the center. Use this tool to place it in the center. Next, you are going to be removing the colors from the white background. So what we are having now left is this shape, and to maintain it we will just need to merge it with any item. Good. So now the two methods I'm talking of is, you can choose to use the erase tool and clean up other parts of the shape. Then you merge it to be a single with a text, just the way I did the other one, and you import a picture here. But the problem with using this method is it is very hard to adjust the image in it. So I'm not going to be using this method. Instead of it, I will be merging all the backgrounds together, this and this and this. So now I've merged it. Next thing I'm going to be doing is to erase the black, this black here. Once I erase it, you can increase the tolerance or smoothen the edges if you want to. Good. So I like to give it a stroke. I don't know, is the stroke even visible? Okay, a black stroke will be better. Let's reduce it to be 1. Good. Now you just need to do the same thing, merge it so that it will maintain the shape of this cycle. Good. Now you just need to lock your background. So every other picture you are going to be importing should stay under this background. It looks like there's a little bit black dot at this place, so I should just like erase it, think it has been erased. So we are going to be importing the first picture. Most of my pictures have been edited in the Adobe Lightroom, so I'm going to just import which of the pictures I want. Let me put this to be at the top. So what you need to do is to just reduce the picture size to fit the way you want it to be displayed. Then you just send it to the back. As you can see, it's just as easy as that. So you will be wondering, how am I supposed to cut this size from here? First thing you need to know is that if it is the first picture, you don't even need to cut it because the other pictures can overlay it. Let me show you how it's done. So these are more of the pictures. Let me see. I should pick this. So let's say you're going to be using this here. If you send it to the back and you just put it above the other one, just the way it is, you can see it has already covered, but there is also a part of the image that is here. This is where you are going to be using this max tool. So the max tool should be used to max anything that is out of the shape. I prefer using it out, the one that is out, because it is easier to cut. So you can see that's all. You've already cut this side one, and then you also lock it. I prefer to lock them so that I will not mistakenly drag them. So I will just be using different pictures on this, and let's say this. It's all the same man. He's our father. So take it to the back and lift it to the front. Once it has fit the way you want it to be, it doesn't have to be as rough as my own. I'm just doing this because it is actually a tutorial. So maxing out and raise them all to a certain line. I think this should do. Then it should be shifted out. Good. As you can see, it just fit in the background. So I'm going to be uploading 2 more images before I add 1 or 2 things and end the design. So let me just add this. You can see this one is sharp pictures. Just send it to the back. As you can see, this one has already even fit the position it should be, so you don't need to work on it or edit anything. So you just need to import another picture. Let me use this picture. So take it to the back, and that is how you put all the pictures within the frame. So the next thing you need to do is, if you want to make the design exactly the way I did mine, so I just want to make it look similar to my own, because I'm not doing the design again. I'm just trying to show you how it's done. So this is, I think this is the other picture that I took. No, this is a different person. This is Mr. Kizito. The picture I used is this. I think this is it. So you could make it that he stands here. Wait, is it this picture that I use? No, this one is placed at this bottom here, while I import another. this is the other pic. Yes, you could choose to make it cover, but since I want it to not cover his face, I'm just going to make it look smaller, but you can choose to make it look larger, but just do what you see suits you. Everyone has a design style, and I think I prefer this one. So there is a board that he was holding, but I have to cut it out and get something that would fit the place better, which of course I prefer this because it fits it better. So you just reduce the size to be a little bit realistic, and just put it below it, and you've already gotten what you want. So the easiest way to blur a background is an image is, first of all, you need to make the bottom of the image to be a little, how do I put it, reduce its opacity. So like this, you can't just put it like that. There are different ways you can blur a background of the image, this edge of the image. First method is by using the gradient tool of the color. So you can use to pick to choose, can choose white, or you can edit the color to match something like maybe this, depending on your background. So you see, if I use something like this, it will fit it well. This is one thing to use. Well, let me show you another method. Another method is by using the shape tool. Reduce its opacity, increase the stroke. You could put it to be something like this. Then you increase the blur radius to the maximum, and the color, just need to pick a color, maybe a color of the background, or how white you want it to be. Sorry, the color I should be picking is for the blur. You see, this is a very good and effective method you could use to blur. You just need to take it below the image you want it to be. Although I just have to do it like this, and now that's perfect, I think. You see, you've covered the bottom of the image you want to cover. If you like, you could make the blur to be to the bottom, which I think is preferable. You just need to take it back and put it here. Make sure you lock each and every item you are putting. So next thing is to start importing our text. So let me just start with the major ones, which I believe you will be in need of. I'll just use an orange color and make most of my birthday poster contain things like this. Most people call it affirmation. You should make sure you are aligning your things. I want it to be aligned with this, so just take it down. Things like this doesn't have to be that large, but if you like, you could make it large. So I just put his and color it orange. I prefer using the text monster. Let me just use medium here. I'll bold it. Let me just copy it if you want to use the same font. The man is a pastor to us, he's a mentor, he's also a father, and many more, but let me just be using these three. So since this his at the top is colored blue, using the same color is colored green, using the same color would make it look somehow. So you could choose to use this purple or blue or anything you want to use. So get a quote, put it here. Although this is not the space, normally you are supposed to use grid lines at the top and at the side. You are not supposed to add anything, but since this is for a tutorial sake, I did not use that, and I will not be using it because I will not even be saving this work. So let me just use this other text here. No, that text doesn't really look good. Probably this one is a lighter one, look good here. So you could choose to make it looks like this. Place it anywhere you want to place it. Then you put the name of the individual you want to put. The name of the man is Pastor Elisha, and if you are one of the people following him, you know that he's really a great man. So I use Monstrat. So Elisha. I mostly prefer to do something like this, and I put it below it. Then I change the color to be something a little bit like black, giving it a little like a 3D shape. Should I call it 3D? So you can see how it is, just a little one side. And just add the rest of your design materials. There was a happy birthday here, I guess. Color is purple. The font I use is around here, but I think it's a little bit fast, so I'm just going to use this font here. Let me just align it in the center, as you can see. And his surname is Mangut. So the color should also be orange, and the font should be the same with this, just that it should be smaller, since it's the surname that I am making. So you might experience something like this at some point, but if you want, you could just add a space, a single space, which will have to make you reduce the actual size of this, which I think is quite good. Make sure they are all aligned. Make sure they are aligned. And that's all. If there is anything, yes, there is also a line that I drew, and it is colored orange. Then again, there is a little write-up quote that I just used, and the write-up is colored purple. Wow, you see one of the disadvantages of what I was talking of, leaving some of it opened. So you can see you are already having a very good birthday design. You just need to import it into your Adobe Illustrator, and I think this should be below both. Just need to export it. When you are saving a project, make sure you saving an image, make sure you put it as PNG and make it in ultra. So just need to save it to gallery. I'm not going to be saving it, so thank you all for watching. If you have another request, you can ask for it.